Most golfers don't have a swing problem. They have a distance trust gap because the shots you hit on the range don't show up on the course. You flush a 7-iron on the range. On the course, you chunk it, thin it, or miss the green completely. And that's why your scores never change. Not because you're not trying, but because your practice is quietly breaking your distance profile. Let me paint you a picture. You go to the range, you're hitting it pretty solid, maybe even thinking, I think I've got it today. Then you get to the course. First tee, and it's like you've never swung a club before. Different contact, different distance, different result. And now you're thinking, what just happened? That right there is the gap we're talking about today. In this video, I'm going to show you the 3 missing layers in your practice, how they're breaking your distance profile, and how to fix them using the full bag framework. Because here's the truth, most golfers don't need more practice. They need practice that actually transfers to performance. And here's the crazy part. Even golfers who practice a lot are still stuck because they're missing this first layer. Most golfers treat practice and play like they're 2 different worlds. Range equals repetition, course equals performance. So what do? You grab a 7-iron and hit 10, 20, maybe 30 balls in a row. And yeah, by ball 15, you're striping it. But here's the real problem. You just trained your brain to get comfortable, not to perform. Think about this. When do you ever hit the same exact shot 10 times in a row on a course? You don't. Unless you're taking a bunch of mulligans, I have actually seen people do that before. Every shot is different. Different lie, different club, different pressure. So if your practice doesn't look like that, why would your performance? You're not building a better swing. You're building a range-only swing. That's a broken distance profile. So here's what changes everything. You add a transfer layer to your practice. This means random clubs every shot. Full pre-shot routine every time. 1 ball, 1 decision, 1 target. Constantly changing targets. Now suddenly, your brain has to think again. Now you're training performance, not comfort. But even if you fix that, there's still something that'll quietly keep your score stuck. And this one shows up every time you keep score. You have no scoring awareness. Most golfers measure the wrong things. They measure, that felt good, that sounded solid, that looked straight. But none of that matters because golf isn't scored on feel, it's scored on outcomes. You can hit a shot that feels amazing and still miss the green by 20 yards and your brain goes, that was a good swing. But your scorecard says that didn't help you at all. So your practice lies to you. And when your practice lies, your distance trust gap gets bigger because you think you're improving, but your scores say otherwise. What's the fix? Performance tracking. Now we change what you measure. Instead of feel, you track fairways or miss patterns. Greens under pressure. Did you hit them? Did you miss? Wedge distance control. Par or worse outcomes. Now your practice becomes honest. Now you can actually see your distance profiles. But there's one final layer, and this is the one that separates golfers who stay stuck from golfers who finally break 100 or 90 or 80. No pressure training. The range is calm, the course is not. No consequences, no nerves, no pressure. So what happens? You build a game that only works when nothing matters. Think about your first tee shot. Heart rate up, people watching, you actually care about the result. And then suddenly, your swing changes. That's not random. That's your distance trust gap showing up and getting worse under pressure. Pressure doesn't expose your swing, it exposes your training. So how do we fix that? We fix it with pressure training. So now we build it into practice. 1 ball only. Hit that ball at a certain target. You must execute to continue. Add consequences, restart, penalties. If you're putting, hit 1-footers, 2-footers, 3-footers. Hit the 1, then move to 2, then move to 3. If you miss one, go back to the beginning. Simulate the last 3 holes of a round. I love doing that. Now your practice feels like golf. Now your brain learns how to perform when it matters. So when you combine all 3 layers, transferring from the range to the course, scoring, and adding pressure to your practice, you stop doing random practice and start building a real full bag framework so that your golf game gets better. And this is where everything changes. Your swing doesn't magically get better overnight, but your scores start dropping because now your distance profile becomes consistent. Your practice actually transfers from the range to the course, and your distance trust gap gets smaller and begins to disappear. If you're serious about breaking 100 or 90 or 80, this is how you practice now. And if you haven't watched part 1 yet, go watch that next. It's going to be popping up soon because that's where the system starts. and comment questions down below, and we'll work on answering them Monday on our next live at 4 p.m. Remember, our goal is to help you in 2026 so that we can all play better, have more fun, and love the game again. See you next time.